Saying goodbye, family and friends gather to farewell the victims of the Martin Place cafe siege.
UK tragedy, at least 6 pedestrians killed and more injured as a garbage truck loses control at a popular shopping strip.
Petrol price drop, when and where to get the cheapest fuel this Christmas.
Awesome adventure, the Daredevil bringing the movie Up to life.
And the Veronicas join us for a very special live performance. Good morning to you. It is Tuesday, the 23rd of December, 2014. Just 2 days until Christmas. Good morning, Lisa.
Who knew it was going to creep up on us so quickly this year?
It's done that, hasn't it?
I know, it has done that.
It tends to do that every year.
I think you're right, actually.
But even creepier this year.
Yeah, but it's mainly those of us who haven't done all of their Christmas shopping yet, but we will get there. Now, we've got some very sad news that has only just come through in the last couple of minutes. We're hearing this morning that very sadly an absolute icon of the music industry, Joe Cocker, has passed away at the age of... 70. Very sad. Incredible.
Way too young.
Incredible.
What a life, what a career, what a voice. We will be talking about him and playing some music of the great Mr. Cocker throughout the show this morning.
We certainly will be. But now for the rest of the day's news, here's Ashlyn.
Yeah, thank you very much, Lisa. And we do begin with that breaking news. Rock and roll legend Joe Cocker has just died at age 70. The singer, best known for his cover of the Beatles, With a Little Help from My Friends, died from an undisclosed illness. And we will bring you more details as soon as they come to hand. Pope Francis has delivered a stern message to conniving bureaucrats in the Vatican. The pontiff didn't hold back, criticising many of his staff members who he says have a lust for power, live hypocritical double lives, and have completely forgotten they are supposed to be men of God. He also said they gossip too much. Well, drivers may think all their Christmases have come at once, with the cost of petrol about to fall as low as $1.10 per litre in most major cities this week. Industry experts say the full drop in Singapore crude is yet to reach Australian bowsers, and we can expect prices to hit a 4-year low. In Sydney, the average price right now is $1.18. It's $1.19 in Melbourne. Let's take a look at the markets now. And on Wall Street, the Dow Jones is up 107 points. The S&P 500 is 3 points higher. And the Australian dollar is mixed against the majors, buying 81 US cents. Well, it's a game changer for the airline industry. The world's first A350 Airbus has been delivered to Qatar Airways. Let's go straight to 9 News reporter Andrew Lund, who is in France this morning. Andrew, this is a new generation of aircraft. Unfortunately, we seem to have lost Andrew there, but he had me at roomy economy. Sounds good.
Yes, it'll get you in every time.
Yeah.
What a sales pitch that one.
Yes. Okay.
Absolutely.
Thanks a lot for that, Ashlyn. Let's have a look at your Tuesday weather around the country now. In Brisbane, you've got a mostly sunny day ahead. Beautiful 29 degrees and 31 degrees in Perth with some cloud.
All right, that's the weather. Let's find out what's happening in the wonderful world of sport. Timmy, over to you.
Vicky, Lise, I was waiting for him to say there's a kids club in economy. That'd be good. Coming up, Kate Campbell honoured for her stellar year in the pool. Extraordinary this year. The honey badger on his way back to Australia and India. Are they about to embrace the DRS? All on the way here on the Today Show.
Welcome back to the show. Let's have a look at the front pages around the country for you right now. And the Australian reports incoming Social Services Minister Scott Morrison has been set an impossible budget target, with Joe Hockey limiting spending growth on welfare next year.
And finally, our little Christmas miracle. The Northern Territory News says little baby Breslin will spend the holidays with his family after surviving emergency heart surgery for a rare defect.
Gee, Christmas gifts don't get much better than that,
That's a
do
good
they?
one.
All right, time now for Celeb Buzz with Giselle. Good morning, Giselle. You got some Harry news for us.
Always, always. I love me some Harry Styles and some One Direction. He really had the time of his life this weekend. Not only did he perform on Saturday Night Live, but afterwards he got a little carried away at the after party with Kristen Wiig, having a dirty dancing but amazing dancing moment.
Yeah, I really worry about that, because that sound you can hear in the distance, Giselle, that's the sound of hearts breaking all over the world. Because Kristen Wiig is fabulous, and Harry doesn't mind an older woman, does he?
That's having fun, Lisa.
Yeah? Okay.
Exactly. I don't think it's anything serious to worry about. If anything, it just goes to show that he's willing to have a little fun with everyone on the dance floor.
And besides, we couldn't see a thing anyway.
The likelihood of that happening is zero. Thank you for that stuff, Giselle.
Maybe
we'll see you later in the show. All right, well, big news today. Singer Joe Cocker has passed away at the age of 70. We're going to cross to London with all the details.
And coming up, pump prices. We'll tell you when to fill up on fuel just before your Christmas break.
Right now, it is news time with Ashlyn.
Thanks, Richard. Returning to our breaking news, and legendary singer Joe Cocker has died at the age of 70. Let's go live to reporter Chloe Begelli in London. Chloe, what more do we know about his death?
Well, Ashlyn, tributes are, of course, pouring in for the blues rock legend. Just a short time ago, his management confirmed that he lost his battle with lung cancer last night. Now, the singer-songwriter from Sheffield here in England had an incredible career spanning 40 years, but he's perhaps best known for his cover of the Beatles hit With a Little Help from My Friends, along with his hits such as Unchain My Heart and You Are So Beautiful. Now, his career began back in 1964, and Joe Cocker quickly became renowned for his fairly gritty voice. He toured extensively around the globe. He won, he went on to produce 40 albums, and he toured extensively even as late as last year, where he broke records during an arena tour right across Europe and played his final show in Hammersmith here in London back in June. He would go on to win a Grammy Award and was, of course, also honoured with an OBE. And just a short time ago, his agent Barry Marshall issued a statement saying, quote, that Joe Cocker was the greatest rock soul voice to come out of Britain. Sad day for the music industry.
Certainly is. Chloe Begelli in London, thank you. A garbage truck has crashed into a group of Christmas shoppers in central Glasgow, killing as many as 6 people and injuring several others. One witness said the out-of-control vehicle knocked people down like pinballs. The cause of the crash isn't known, but at this stage, police believe it was an accident. Let's take a quick look at the markets now. And on Wall Street, the Dow Jones is up 107 points. The S&P 500 is slightly stronger, up 2 points. At home, the All Ords closed stronger yesterday, up 101 points. On the Asian markets, Japan's Nikkei closed higher, with Hong Kong's Hang Seng also in positive territory. And in London, the FTSE ended stronger, up 31 points. Having a look at commodities, gold is weaker, while oil is trading at $55 a barrel. And the Australian dollar is mixed against the majors, buying 81 US cents. An orangutan has come out on top in court in Argentina, winning the same human rights as a person. Sandra the ape has spent 20 years at a zoo in Buenos Aires, but could walk free within days. Animal rights campaigners won the case by filing a petition arguing that Sandra is a non-human person. The landmark ruling could open the floodgates for similar cases around the world. Watch out if you happen to live near a zoo.
Or anywhere.
Yeah.
That's
just remarkable.
That really is a landmark case.
Absolutely, yeah.
Watch that with interest.
Definitely.
Thanks very much, Ashley.
I hope my son's dog doesn't get a good lawyer.
I know.
Well, is that dog a particular threat to others?
It's a particular threat, yeah.
What sort of dog is it?
Oh, it's Christian's little cavoodle. But animals...
He'll have to be treated really well.
I was thinking
so that he wants to stay
Alsatian,
at home.
bull mastiff, something that was a threat to human life, but cavoodle's not going to do that.
Open the floodgates there, I think. Timmy, what you got?
Yeah, well, you wouldn't want the odd lion or tiger to get a good lawyer either, would you? India are reportedly considering a modified version of the DRS after a number of contentious decisions have gone against them, Lisa and Richard.
Great.
Yeah, it's really fast-paced, dynamic.
Fabulous. What's Leighton Hewitt? He's entering his 4th decade playing at top-level tennis now.
Phenomenal, isn't it?
It's incredible.
I remember being there for one of his first ever tournaments. He was about 17. He was playing Jason Stoltenberg, and we were in Adelaide for the cricket. That's how long ago, and now he's sort of deep into his 30s.
Yeah.
Good on you, Leighton.
What's the matter with tennis the way it is? Or is this just designed to make it quicker and faster?
Well, it doesn't mean there's a problem with anything. It's just trying to modify life, you know. I mean, look, we try to do things to our bodies and try and stay fit and healthy. It's all about improvement.
Yeah, it's sort of like that T20 version of cricket, and going way back, the one-dayers.
The traditionalists will be Howlington the next.
Don't you try and tell us.
But we're
how
not stopping
traditional
Wimbledon,
it's to be.
Dick.
No, okay, good. Just checking.
Thank you,
Love
boys.
Wimbledon.
All right, let's get a check of the all-important weather. Natalia joins us now. Where are you, Natalia?
And Lisa and Dickie, you're very lucky that you don't have smell-o-vision, because there is nothing like the smell of fresh fish in the morning.
Oh, no, there's probably a few things better than that. We had a report earlier in Ashland's News, Natalia, you wouldn't have heard it, saying that there's a problem with maths because you don't use it once you leave school. You have just proven that theory completely wrong. So impressed.
I am so bad at maths, but my memory's not bad.
You did
the
well.
old brain box works okay at 6 in the morning and without a coffee. It's still doing all right.
A lot of stuff's going to be sold. Thank you for that, Natalia. We'll check in with you a little later.
You don't want to smell the prawns 4 days later. That'd be good.
That's very true. You put them in the fridge, don't you, until the rubbish day.
The freezer.
That's it. After the break, Blockheads Michael and Carleen are joining us live from the Gold Coast, where they're working on a very special project for some deserving kids.
Great stuff. Plus, the Veronicas are performing for us live in studio. Stick around. You do not want to miss it. You're watching Today. Welcome back to the show. Yes, it is time for the buzz. And first up, the moment a cat experiences snow for the first time has been captured on camera.
Now, forget syncing your house lights to music. It's all about the Christmas tree. Have a squiz. Couple of sleeps to Christmas. Great to have your company on the Today Show. News, sport and weather next.
Wow.
Back to the show. Well, to our top story this morning, and Martin Place siege victims Katrina Dawson and Tori Johnson will both be farewelled in separate services today, just over a week since the horrific events in Sydney. Well, for more, we're joined by Belinda Sini from the Courier Mail for What's Making News. Belinda, good morning.
Good morning, Lisa.
Clearly a very emotional day today for family and friends and the whole country, as these two people we feel we've come to know are farewelled.
It is. It's an incredibly sad day, and I was just reading this morning the songs that the children have chosen for their mother's memorial service, and it's just heartbreaking. Somewhere over the rainbow, and Santa Claus is coming to town. I can't imagine that there'll be a dry eye in the chapel.
What is Pythagoras' theorem? Can you remember?
It's something to do with a triangle, measuring the sides of a triangle.
Is that like an isosceles one? And when we find out, we'll let you know as well, Belinda.
We will, yes.
Okay. Thanks a lot for that, and have a lovely Christmas.
Thanks, Lisa. Merry Christmas.
Over to you, Richard.
A squared plus B squared equals C squared. There you go.
Good.
Any triangle. Look, coming up in entertainment today, we lament the loss of the great Joe Cocker, and we have a mashup of some of the biggest movies of the year. There have been some absolute crackers. That's coming up next. Well, as the year comes to an end, there are a whole lot of fantastic films on their way, and on Friday we're going to run through the Boxing Day releases and tell you what is in store for the holiday season. But this morning we thought we'd take a look back at some of the newies and some of the year's biggest hits in a movie mashup. Check it out. Yes, we are delighted to have the girls in the studio. Good morning to you. The Veronicas performing live very shortly.
They certainly are. It is Tuesday the 23rd of December. Just 2 sleeps to go till Christmas, but if you're really excited, just 1 sleep to go. But no sleeps until news time, which is right now. Here's Ashlyn.
The Cairns mother, accused of killing 7 of her own children along with a niece, may never face a criminal trial. Let's go live to Today Queensland reporter Lauren Ellis. Lauren, her fate is up to a psychiatric examination.
Good morning, Ashlyn. That's correct. Steve McFarlane, the lawyer for Miss Friday, the mother who stands accused of murdering 8 young children, has revealed in the coming days she will undergo a psychiatric assessment to see if her case should be referred to the Mental Health Court. Now, here in Queensland, the Mental Health Court has the power to determine if at the time of committing the crime the offender was mentally unsound, and therefore if they are permanently unfit to face a criminal trial. The case was heard briefly briefly before the Cairns Magistrate Court yesterday, where it was revealed that police will allege that Miss Friday murdered all 8 young children. Autopsy results have also been released which show at least 4 of these children were stabbed, 1 up to 20 times. Now the memorial site near the Cairns home continues to grow overnight as floral tributes are laid by family members, loved ones and members of the Cairns community as they pay their respects to these 8 young lives taken far too soon. It's also been revealed that the house where this tragedy unfolded will be demolished to make way for a permanent memorial so people can continue to pay their respects. Ashland, this case will return to court on January 30.
Lauren Ellis, thank you. Now it's time for sports news. Here's Tim.
Let's start with India warming to the use of a modified version of the DRS, Ashland, after a number of contentious decisions have gone against them this series.
Just on Leighton and Nick Kyrgios. So Leighton is teaching Nick all of his tricks and they're going to face each other in the Australian Open.
Well, we don't know if they're going to play against each other in the Australian Open because the draw...
But they're certainly both vying for the same final prize.
Well, they both want the title. But, yeah, it's great to see that Leighton Hewitt, someone who has been around for a long, long time now, is helping out a teenager. And he needs to obviously massage his, his whole persona too. He's lost his temper a few times, Nick.
Bit of mentoring going on.
It's
very
good.
Good to see.
Nice to see.
Thank you, Tim. Well, time now to get a check of your best local forecast. Natalia, is it the markets this morning?
Thank you.
Very good. Thank you, Natalia. Well, sad news this morning. Legendary performer Joe Cocker has passed away, aged 70. He had an incredibly distinctive voice and an amazing career lasting more than 40 years with a string of hits, including You Are So Beautiful and Up Where We Belong. I had the pleasure and privilege of interviewing him many times over the years, the last time in December 2012.
What a voice and what a body of work. Thank you, Richard. Well, finally, some good news for your family budget. In some parts of the country, filling up your car this Christmas will be cheaper than it's been in almost 6 years. That's terrific news for everyone. Philip, you have a lovely Christmas.
You too.
It's an imperfect science, isn't it, trying to wrap your head around the petrol prices?
Makes your head hurt a bit, just, if it's low, go for it.
Indeed. Coming up, will Ryan Harris be match fit for the upcoming Boxing Day test? We will speak to the man himself.
Plus, the Veronicas are here live in studio. Jess and Lisa tearing up the charts at the moment. They're going to perform for you live in 20 minutes.
And are you juggling a blended family this Christmas? We've got your guide on getting through the holidays stress-free.
Well, it's not Christmas without carols, and tomorrow night families around the country will be tuning in to watch the 76th Vision Australia Carols by Candlelight. And Wicked star Lucy Durack will be amongst the star-studded performers lineup, and I'm pleased to say that she joins me now. Lucy, good morning to you. How excited are you?
Oh my gosh, I am so excited. This is the carols are my favourite thing of the year.
Look forward to seeing you tonight and tomorrow night.
See you then, Lise. Merry Christmas.
You too. And you can catch Carols by Candlelight tomorrow night from 8 o'clock on Channel 9. Over to you, Ashlyn.
Thanks, Lisa. And if the carols are tomorrow night, that means Christmas itself is just 2 sleeps away, with most children now finalising their lists for Santa. But as Today Melbourne reporter Justine Conway discovered, some kids are turning the tables and playing Santa themselves.
Their last single, You Ruin Me, from the new self-titled album, debuted at #1, and I'm delighted to say that they are with us this morning to perform their newie. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the Veronicas, please. Yes, it is time for Celeb Buzz with Giselle Ugarte, who joins us from Hollywood. And Giselle, Nicki Minaj got a new video, and it's quite a big one.
It really is a big one. Nicki Minaj, it's always big.
No chocolate involved in forming that shape either, I don't think.
Whatever he's doing, it's working for him. Thank you, Giselle. What's going on with the weather with Natalia?
And I'm going to attempt eating on camera again. So there you go. Pigging out. That's me. Did you get my joke? Yeah.
Quite a problem. We
that's
go
so good.
from there to the grill. Good on you. You enjoy that piece of ham, and I'm sure there'll be a bit of that eaten over the Christmas period. Rachel Corbett joins our ladies. How are you, Rachel?
Hi, lovely. Merry Christmas to all.
Nice to see you. Now, first up, look, Lisa's interview with Tony Abbott about his biggest achievement as Minister for Women has created quite a lot of noise in the last 24 hours. Thanks, Tony. With the money saved from the repeal of the carbon tax, Kate McLennan bought a new ironing board, and I bought a pregnant hashtag. Thanks, Tony.
I love that I bought a pregnant. It's very funny. And I thought maybe he'd been doing stuff behind the scenes that we didn't know about. And that's what we're going to hear about. I mean, we've got an 18.2% gender pay gap in this country, worst in 20 years. We've got more than 70 women were killed in the last 12 months through domestic violence. There are issues there that need to be addressed. But the fact that he chose the carbon tax kind of threw me.
But you could see those cogs turning, thinking, I don't think I've got a lot to say here.
Lisa, Ashlyn, Rachel, always great to chat. And let's get over to Dickie, entertainment, my man.
Yes, time for a little bit of that, Timmy. And if you saw a movie this year, we have a movie mashup. So those wonderful, iconic scenes from some of the biggest films of the year. And there have been some absolute crackers. That is coming up next.
Welcome back. It's 8:30. Time for the latest news. And volunteers have flooded Martin Place in Sydney this morning to help move the thousands of floral tributes for siege victims Katrina Dawson and Tori Johnson. Today reporter Chris Urquhart is there. And Chris, this comes on a very sombre day for family and friends.
Yes, it comes on the day for both of the memorials for both Tori and Katrina, Ashlyn. I want to show you exactly what's happening here in Martin Place at the moment. These are volunteers from the Rural Fire Service, the SES and the Red Cross, who are painstakingly going through the bunches one by one, removing the cards and notes from them, placing the flowers in these boxes and then keeping the cards separate. I'll show you there as well that truck that's almost full now of the bunches of flowers. And you can see there's still a thick carpet of flowers down here. It will be truck after truck, box after box for much of the day. And for people wondering what's happening to the flowers, they're actually going to be mulched and perhaps turned into some form of memorial in future, although that will be discussed with the families. And those two memorials being held today, one at 11 o'clock for Tori, the other at 3 o'clock at the University of Sydney for Katrina. A very sombre day for them, and the Flower Memorial, its last day here in Martin Place as well, Ashley.
Yeah, it's good to see so many people helping out with that, Chris. Thank you. A man in the UK has given a new meaning to Christmas spirit. The 44-year-old has staged his own Yuletide countdown. Certainly looks very serious in those costumes, doesn't he? The serious ones you have to watch out for.
I want to party with him, Ashley.
Absolutely. He looks like fun.
Your kind of guy.
Absolutely. All right, time now to get a check of your best local forecast. Here's Natalia.
Watch this incredible. Ooh, looks good, doesn't it? I'll bring you one back. It might be off by the time I get back there. Sorry about that.
You enjoy it for me. Gee, you can't half tell it's Christmas time, can you? Well, Christmas stress, though, affects us all, but it can be even trickier to navigate the silly season if you have a blended family. 1 in 5 Australian families know this scenario all too well.
Yes, but minimising stress is easier said than done. So to discuss how to beat it or how to deal with it, we're joined by stepmum Sarah Leonardi McGrath and psychologist Sandy Ray from Melbourne. Ladies, thank you very much indeed for joining us. Sarah, you became a stepmum, of course. It's all about love, actually.
Yeah, it really is.
Thank you, ladies, very much indeed.
Thanks,
thank you,
Sarah.
Sandy.
Thanks, Sandy.
Thanks,
Richard. Well, after the break, how well do you know your Christmas carols? Richard and Tim are in a competition. They're going head to head. Stick around. Let's see how much they know.
Oh, dear.
Jingle bell rock, jingle bell swing and jingle bell ring, snowing and blowing up bushels of Merry Christmas, we're back.
Welcome back. Merry Christmas indeed. And with carols by candlelight just 24 hours away, we thought it might be fun to put Richard and Tim to the test to see how well they know their Christmas tunes. So we're going to play part of a Christmas song, and then the two of you boys need to sing the next lyrics in the next line. So Santa's on hand to adjudicate. You're all good, Santa?
I'm ready to go, dear. I can't wait to hear what both of these gentlemen have to say.
Hours of fun for the whole
all right,
family.
well, let's get started. Now, Dickie, you're first up. Let's hear your first song.
Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King, peace on earth and mercy mild.
God and sinners reconciled. Is that it? There you go.
Yeah, there's only one God. Well,
God and
you could probably
sinners.
argue that point, really, couldn't you?
God and sinners reconciled.
Okay.
There you go. 2
All right.
points.
No,
Thank you very
we'll
much.
give you that one. All right, Tim, your turn. And now this is Winter Wonderland. Great one.
Sleigh bells ring, are you listening? In the lane, snow is glistening.
Come on, give it a go.
A beautiful time. Walking in a winter wonderland.
Sleigh bells ring.
Sing it, everyone.
We're happy tonight, walking in a winter wonderland.
No, he doesn't get anything for that.
That's a great one. Well, by the looks of things,
Michael
Dickie is the
Bublé.
winner. Round of applause
Thank
for
you
our
very
winner,
much indeed.
Richard Wilkins.
Thank you, sir.
Love it until you feel Disney. Terribly sorry to hear that.
Appreciate all your support.
It's beginning to look a lot.
Oh, it sure is. So let's have a look now at some more of your weird and wacky Christmas decorations. Now, Megan has sent us a picture of her very spooky Christmas in Carnegie in Victoria. They've decorated a ladder with tinsel and a skeleton, as one does. Yeah, now, if you are in Melbourne tonight, hopefully I will see you at the rehearsal for Carols by Candlelight. But the big one is tomorrow night, 8 o'clock on the 9 Network, Carols by Candlelight. I'm hosting this year once again with David Campbell. And of course, David's got twins on the way. So at any moment, stuff could happen live on national television.
Have a great carols. You'll be back
Thank
here
you.
on Monday.
Certainly will.
We'll see you.
Merry Christmas, everyone. Bye.